To give you a really bare bones definition of obstruction of justice, it's impeding or otherwise obstructing an official proceeding or the due administration of justice with an improper motive. It can be pretty broadly understood, and it can include anything from trying to prevent a witness from testifying, for example, in a federal grand jury. It can include certain kinds of bribery, preventing people from providing testimony or preventing certain kinds of evidence from appearing or being used in, say, a congressional inquiry. Or it can be as simple as telling somebody not to say or do certain things as part of a federal investigation. Woodward and Bernstein could potentially have been accused of obstruction of justice. They were interviewing grand jury witnesses and arguably impeding the due administration of justice by inserting themselves into the grand jury through the interviews. Theoretically, that would be obstruction of justice. And it's not a particularly aggressive interpretation of it either. The person who's been accused of committing obstruction of justice has to have the specific intention of actually impeding that ongoing federal investigation or congressional inquiry. In order for the person to be charged with a crime, you have to have pretty solid proof of that intent. It's unlikely you're going to get the person to admit to having committed a crime, but you might be able to get people who knew him to admit that, yeah, I spoke with this person and he told me he was going to try to find a way to fix the investigation. And you might also get circumstantial evidence, for example, the timing of comments that were made or the timing of certain activities. That kind of circumstantial evidence can also help support an obstruction of justice case. Generally speaking, prosecutors are more careful about bringing cases against high-level targets. So if a prosecutor is trying to make a case, he or she really wants good, solid evidence and wants to know that whatever case they bring, it's going to be a really solid case that hopefully will result in a conviction.